First, this water that comes out brown irritates the skin and has a chemical taste and smell.
Tonight, people living in the university area of Hillsborough County say these are just a few of the water woes they've lived with for years. And this is 10 Tampa Bay at 6. I'm Dave Wagner.
And I'm Carolina Lead. Many people in that area are still on septic tanks and rely on well water.
Tonight, 10 Investigates Emerald Morrow looks into why this is a problem for so many communities in our area and what's being done to fix it.
You don't feel the water safe to drink.
Exactly. And not at all. Not even to put on your body.
For that reason, Ernest Harris and his family rely on bottled water and wipes.
Wipe him down.
Especially for the smallest person in the house.
That can get quite expensive.
We first introduced you to Harris in May. He's one of hundreds of people around the university area with water quality complaints. For him, it's a strong stench of chlorine and sometimes the smell of sulfur or rotten eggs.
Sniffling real bad, runny noses, my eyes won't clear up.
For others in the university area like Maya Lee, it seems to get worse. At Holly Court Apartments last year, brown well water flowed from her faucets.
Drinking tap water in the university area community is like tossing a coin. Heads, you're probably okay. Tails, you get sick.
Dr. Christian Wells is a professor of anthropology at USF. He's done extensive research on water quality in the university area. One of the biggest issues, as many as 1,300 homes still using well water and septic tanks.
And there's everything from situations where a private drinking water well will be located within a drain field of a septic system, and that the pipes from the drinking water well are old and deteriorating, and so you get fecal contamination into that, coliform, E. coli, and that sort of thing.
So, the question is, why are so many homes in an urban area like this not on city water and sewer service?
Even though the water main might be available, people aren't tapped into it. This is a process that's been fairly common over the past century in the southeastern United States, especially in Florida, that we call underbounding. And this is the exclusion of communities from city boundaries and disinvestment in those communities, largely because of a legacy of residential racial segregation.
Let's take a look. The university area borders the city limits of Tampa and goes between I-275 and Bruce B. Downs Boulevard between Fowler and Bierce Avenues. The neighborhood is mostly Black, Hispanic, and low income.
It's not just in, around Tampa, any of the major metropolitan areas in Florida, and you'll find communities, Black, Hispanic, Indigenous, people of color communities that are not, within city boundaries, even though they're right on the border. And so they don't have the benefit of municipal citizenship. And that is always the case, that those suffering the worst are low-income minority communities.
Think Flint, Michigan, and Jackson, Mississippi. In the university area, researchers say most people on well water and septic systems are renters, and landlords are sometimes hesitant to convert because of cost.
That is just a whole nother layer of complexity, is trying to get these landlords to understand their properties and the conditions are in their properties and how this is affecting our residents.
Beyond the university area, there are tens of thousands of properties in surrounding counties on septic tanks. 10 Investigates found of all the counties in our viewing area, Hernando has the highest percentage of septic parcels at nearly 45%. Citrus came in second at 35%. That matters whether you like to be out on the water or want the best quality from the faucet. That's because the Southwest Florida Water Management District says septic tanks cause 42% of the nitrate pollution that gets into local springs like Weeki Wachee and Crystal River. Bob Knight of the Florida Springs Institute took us out to Rum Island Spring last year to explain.
Nitrate is it's chronically toxic to humans. It's acutely toxic when it's at high enough concentration. So this is the same water that we drink, and we should be worried about that.
But the septic tank solution is not cheap. That's why Hillsborough County is paying to get homes connected to sewer and water services.
We have some grant funds that were made available by our board through the ARP funding, and it's about $3 million, and that money is being used to basically make the whole conversion at no cost.
It should make a huge difference. But Wells says even those like Harris who are on city water can still have problems.
We've talked to people who know that they're on city water, but they have rashes, itching, skin problems, gastrointestinal problems. And that's really due to the aging housing stock and problems with domestic plumbing.
Problems Wells says we all must work together to solve.
The more we can bring light to the water and sewer issues that are in that university area community, I think the more people will be paying attention, especially those people in city and regional government that can really move the needle on this and make a positive change.
Emerald Morrow, 10 Investigates.
And if you live in the university area and want to know more about getting the county to pay for sewer and water hookups, we have more information posted right now for you on 10tampabay.com/10investigates. You can also learn more about Florida's growing septic system problem and how it's impacting water for everyone, no matter where you live.